Just a quick update to the hot tub. Now, last time I was trying to run it cheaply on a log burner. I have a bit of a confession to make. When I made that video, the fire was real, but the sound effect was not. It wasn't a roaring flame which was heating anything. It was quite a lot of work to keep it heated up and to run backwards and forwards with bits of coal and bits of paper and bits of... It was impractical. So I come up with another iteration. My next iteration of it was to get a big oil drum barrel, and so I got that and got that in. I eventually cut a door out the front and tried version 2. So I've now moved on to version 2, which means this one behind me has to go. I've got 2 more lengths of copper pipe, so I need to make more of that so that it has more chance to heat up. And to make sure the smoke goes straight up and away from me, I've started off with one of these, which is an oil drum. I'm going to try and put some sort of chimney on here so that it goes up and away from the garden. So the heat stays in here, gets into the copper pipes, spits it into the hot tub, and hopefully creates some cheap and clean energy. Well, not clean, but cheap energy compared to electricity. So eventually I come up with a second iteration. I got myself a big oil drum, big barrel, and I decided to cut a hole in that and make version 2. That didn't really work either. Again, it was a lot of running about. You had to try and keep the fire going. There was smoke everywhere, it smelled, it was impractical. So in version 3 of heating the hot tub cheaply, I've decided to use gas, and in the same way that you do a gas barbecue with the old Calor gas canisters. The other big iteration I've made is that I've cut the floor out in the middle, allowing for feet to go in about 1.5 feet, changing the previous floor to a seating area. I've recorded some bits before, so this is how I got on. Okay, a quick update on the hot tub, and it is now ready for 2019. So I've got my gas burner thing hooked up. I haven't got the Calor gas yet. Ran a couple of pipes to the hot tub with a pump, which should eventually heat it cheaply. One of the main things that's taken me the last couple of months in my spare time is I've sunk down the middle of the flooring. That is as big as I can make it because I had to take the foundations out and I had to cut for about 4 inches of wood, and that was difficult and so on. But yeah, so basically the idea of that is that's now where the feet go, and then what was previously the floor will be a seating area. So you sit on the previous floor as a seating area and the feet go into the middle bit. Everything was filthy in here because I had obviously dust and sort of sawdust in it everywhere. Everything's been cleaned. I've got the TV up and working properly again. It's now much better with an internet extension, so it actually works with Netflix and YouTube and all that lot. Given the covers are cleaned down, that's the top of there, which goes on top to keep the thing at temperature. Yeah, so set up for 2019. Oh yeah, and one other thing I've done, so that if people get in, it doesn't overflow, I have popped a couple of holes, a couple of inches off the top of the tub, and ran that through, so if it does overflow, it will just come straight out the side and not flood the main area. Brilliant. Okay, so it's half an hour later and I'm beginning to fill the thing up. Hopefully it should be okay with no leaks. I've got the inlet and outlet valve there. That's a possible leaking area. Then I've got the connectors going around the corner, a couple more connectors in line, and then a couple more connectors at the actual unit itself. Now if one of those leaks, the tub's going to empty itself. So I need to make sure that everything's waterproof. Hopefully things should be fine. Wish me luck. Okay, so I've tried to fill it up and it is leaking, so that's a disappointment, but I need to figure out where it's coming from, and it's quite difficult. So I've taken the kicker board off the hot tub and I can see it's come from underneath, no surprise there. And then I had to take the side off to see if the plug where you let the water out was leaking. So I took the side off, I had to take the electronics apart and all that, and nope, doesn't appear to be that. And when I put the camera underneath, in a very difficult place to get to, I noticed that the little drop down bit I've done, there is a slight leak there. So I'm going to fill it up a little bit again, and I'm going to stick the camera down and see if I can see it leaking. And if that's the case, then I'm going to have to try and work on a repair. So when it comes to like fiberglass, it's quite expensive to buy the blue stuff because you have to buy it in a 25 litre drum, and I only needed like 1 or 2 litres to do the changes to the tub. So I had an elegant solution. What I did was I bought some of the standard white stuff which you could buy in smaller amounts, standard white fiberglass, and I put some paint in to make it the right colour. Okay, so you want to use some of this to colour it. You need to make sure it's an acrylic, so it can't be oil or water based. And then I'm going to try and spray into here and colour match to this sort of colour. So I've more or less scraped off some of the old fiberglass because all the stuff there was done with more of an arts and crafts one, which is not up to the job. Original fiberglass was much better quality, which is the same place I got this stuff from. So I'm going to go over all the white and round the edges, as well as try and put a couple of coats over this dip here so that it all more or less matches and blends in to one fiberglass product. Now when it came to making the unit to house the gas heater, I literally just made a frame up to house it, and then I sprayed it with some grey paint that I got from Poundland.